cannot continue. There will be either peace or there will be tragedy for Iran far greater than we have witnessed over the last 8 days. Remember, there are many targets left. Tonight's was the most difficult of them all, by far, and perhaps the most lethal. But if peace does not come quickly, we will go after those other targets with precision, speed, and skill. Most of them can be taken out in a matter of minutes. There's no military in the world that could have done what we did tonight, not even close.
History has been made, and the world is holding its breath. In a dramatic turn of events, the United States has launched direct military airstrikes on Iran, targeting the country's most heavily protected and secretive nuclear facilities. This marks the first confirmed U.S. attack on Iranian soil in the current conflict, and it's a moment that could shift the balance of power across the Middle East and possibly ignite something far greater. Tensions between the United States, Israel, and Iran had been simmering for months. Proxy battles, cyber attacks, missile launches, and nuclear warnings filled the headlines. But now, the situation has escalated into direct confrontation. It all began late on June 21, 2025. Under the cover of darkness, the U.S. military initiated a bold and risky operation, one they say was months in the making. From a classified airbase, 6 B-2 Spirit stealth bombers silently took off, each armed with a weapon rarely used, the massive ordnance penetrator, or MAPA bomb, designed to crush deep underground bunkers that conventional explosives can't even touch. At the same time, U.S. Navy submarines deployed in the Persian Gulf launched over 30 Tomahawk cruise missiles. Their destination, nuclear infrastructure in Natanz and Isfahan, sites considered essential to Iran's uranium enrichment program. The Fordow facility, located deep within a mountain and long believed to be untouchable, was directly targeted by the B-2 South. With pinpoint accuracy, the MOPs drilled through rock and steel, slamming into the core of the underground plant. Natanz and Isfahan were hit just moments later, with cruise missiles raining down on infrastructure that had taken Iran years to build. According to U.S. military sources, the mission was a complete success. In their words, the sites were completely neutralized. Satellite imagery and infrared scans show massive damage, some areas still burning hours later. And yet, Iran has not confirmed the extent of the destruction, choosing instead to release statements vowing revenge. Former President Donald Trump, who has remained vocal throughout the conflict, praised the strikes, calling them a spectacular military success and claiming they send a clear message: Iran will never be allowed to build a nuclear bomb. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu echoed that sentiment, calling the operation historic and essential for regional stability. But in the United States, not everyone is cheering. Critics, including Senator Bernie Sanders, have called the strikes reckless and unconstitutional. They argue that Congress was not consulted, and that the president acted without proper authority, potentially dragging the U.S. into a prolonged war without the support of the American people. The international response has been swift and tense. The United Nations Secretary General has urged all parties to show restraint, warning that the region stands on the edge of a much larger conflict. Russia and China have condemned the U.S. action, while NATO allies remain largely silent, waiting to see how Iran responds. And that's the question haunting everyone right now. What will Iran do? Will it retaliate with missile strikes against American bases? Will it activate its network of proxy militias across the region? Or could this be the beginning of a full-scale regional war? Oil prices have already surged, stock markets are jittery, and across the Middle East, civilians are bracing for what may come next. The streets of Tehran are tense. The skies over Iraq are crowded with surveillance drones, and global leaders are holding emergency meetings, trying to contain a situation that is spinning out of control. This isn't just a military strike, it's a message, it's a gamble, and it might be the spark that lights the fire. Stay tuned. This story is far from over. Sure, here's